Hi, salty pecans. You know what it is. It's Friday night. It's Saturday, Sunday thing. It's Friday night. It's Saturday, Sunday night. It's Friday then. It's Saturday, Sunday night. Woo! Hi, salty peeps, and welcome to tonight's Friday live stream. Friday night, to be more exact. Let me pull up my other YouTube account so I can just make sure that we're on the same page. Okay, let's do this. I'm just gonna go ahead and thumbs my video up myself because why not? And like I mentioned in last week's live, I think it might be a regular cocktails and houseplants and cocktails. My bro is like not. Okay. So let's go ahead. Let me put the volume down so you all can see me. Can you all see me? Excellent. Okay, so for tonight's houseplant and cocktails, I want to make my favorite drink. Like, it is something that, like, when I go to the bar or if I'm at like weddings, then the waiter, the bartender, they're like, oh, what do you want? And something super simple that just boop comes to mind is an amaretto sour. So we are going to do an amaretto sour. Let me go ahead and grab the table so I can do my little factory situation for y'all. Okay. Hi, Deborah. Welcome to tonight's Friday night and Saturday, Sunday thing. Ooh, you know what else I actually did? I found this like soundbite on social media the other day, I think like yesterday, and I decided I want to use it in my live streams now. So let's do that. I just want you all to hear it first. And then we're gonna do our drinks and we'll do a catch up.
So what do you do on Friday nights? Be honest.
What do you do on Friday nights? You hear it?
Be honest. What do you do on Friday nights? Be honest.
I just wanted to share that with you all first before I get to making our cocktail, okay? So like I mentioned, I am doing an amaretto sour. I have all of the ingredients pre-prepped and we're just gonna do it. I wanted to I had my amaretto mix. I had my amaretto, but the bottle is just too big, right? So I just decanted the remainder, right? I've created my own sweet and sour mix, and you also add either like 7-Up, Sprite. So I have some like leftover Sprite from who knows. Like this is what this bottle is one serving. This probably went through like 4 separate go arounds, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So I'm not going to measure anything. Maybe I might purchase one of the little, measuring things, but for tonight's video, we're just gonna make do with what we have. I have some ice already in my glass. Maybe I should get a straw. Un segundo, a straw. Watch that scene, singing a dancing queen. Sunny nights and the lights are low. Something takes you. I feel the rhythm of the music. You're in the mood for a dance. Okay, I got a straw. All right, so for the sweet and sour mix, since I made my own, it's literally super simple. you do 1 part lime, 1 part lemon. So I just like freshly squeezed, like you've seen me do in other videos. A bit of water, and it calls for simple syrup, but I don't. I was too lazy to like make simple syrup, so I had some diluted honey. So I kind of like made simple syrup with honey. Hi, Highlander 7321. Can you write your name in the chat, please, Highlander 7321, so I know who you are? It's just like I want it to be a bit more like personal, so I know who I'm speaking to. But if you don't want to, don't like, no peer pressure here, okay? So, like I said, I have ice. I have the sweet and sour mix. So the reason that it's this color is because I did not use simple syrup. I used honey. So honey has, that darker color to it. And the amaretto that I just put like the remainder of it inside of this little plastic container. And like I said, the Sprite. So we are just going to get on with it. Hi, CJ. All right, so I'm just going to just pour, a little bit of my sweet and sour mix. I'm going to pour a little amaretto because Also, this video, I'm going to try and keep it not too long. I'm gonna try to maybe stay on here until about 10. I have some things to do after, so I don't want to like keep you all super late. And I know that I started this live super late. Usually I'm on here like 6-ish, 7-ish, and it's 9 p.m. right now. So my apologies for coming on late, but I literally came home maybe like 15 minutes before I started the live. So I really wanted to just be consistent and keep, doing vids. So we're just gonna add the Sprite, and look how pretty this looks. I love like the separation. So like the heavier things are like floating on top and the lighter things are at the bottom. Or is it opposite? Yeah. Right. And just give it a little stir. And I'll give it a little tasty taste. Mmm. 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 Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. I like for my amaretto to not only be sour, but I like it to be a little spicy. So I'm just going to put a little splash of Douce in this. Okay. And you'll see. So this is my rendition of amaretto sour, okay, with a splash of Douce. And I'm just going to add a little bit more of the sour mix. So again, this is just honey, lime, lemon, and water. I also like a nice whiskey sour too. If like the bar or the occasion don't have amaretto, I'll be like, all right, let me get a whiskey sour. I think, they're similar jobs. And that's it for tonight's houseplant and cocktail. Come back strong. And then I'm gonna do one final sippy sip of it. Put this in the trash. I'm just saying. Without saying, okay? Just looking at the face. Oh, yes. CJ, you're enjoying a nice tequila alongside me. I love it. Let's do a virtual cheers. How about that? Cheers to all my salty peeps, but especially CJ because you have a drinky drink. So if you also have an alcoholic drinky drink, cheers to you all. Mm. And I have my coaster that I got at my housewarming a while back. Cheers, Deb. This is one of a housewarming gift that my coworker actually got me a few years ago. So this is my coaster. So we're just gonna coaster it up. Okay. So as you all can see from the title, there are a couple of things that I wanted to chit chat about, and I'm also trying to make like keep my eye on the clock so I don't, over rant because I can talk. These live streams go for how many hours? Sometimes like over 2 hours. So yes. Hi Keisha, Miss Thomas, cheers. I love amaretto so much. That almond liqueur, so good. So let me just give you all a little quick catch up for this week, like things that went with me. So if you're living in the States, then April. Sorry, my phone. Every time I connect my iPhone to my computer, it literally will ask me, do I trust this computer? I'm like, yes. How many times do I have to say I trust this computer? Every single time I plug my phone into charge. It's annoying. Okay. All right. So phone is charging. Awesome. So if you live in the United States of America, then tax season ends April. Usually it's like April 15th. This year was April 18th. So I gave my tax paperwork to my tax guy like weeks ago, and I'm expecting for like my taxes to be done. So the thing is that I was like, hey, I have like my business, right? HauzPlant. And I also have like my W-2, which is like with my 9 to 5 job. So I have like a 1099 and I have W-2. Are you able to like file the 1099 for me? And he was just like, oh no, yeah, like I don't have something in regards to being able to file the 1099 for me, but he's able to do the W-2 for me. So I was just like, all right, fine, no problem. I have no choice but to file my business on my own. So I remember I said I sent him the paperwork weeks ago. I waited literally until the night of, it was 11 p.m., April 18th, and I filed my business taxes, right? And they asked, so I use TurboTax, which I think I'm also going to like no longer use TurboTax anymore as well. And filed everything. It required my social, put that in. It required my EIN, put that in as well. So yesterday, April 27th, right? So essentially like 9 days after I filed my taxes, I get a message from him and a call from him, right? And he's like, oh, the IRS rejected your return. And I'm like, why? He's just like, apparently someone already filed taxes with my social. And I'm like, well, yeah, I had to because you said you weren't able. And basically he's just like essentially like blaming me, and I guess it is my fault. So now I have to like wait for the 1099 to fully processed and I get my refund. Then I'm gonna have to like file another document, which is like an amendment, which is insane. And I'm like, what is going on? Like, so that was my yesterday. But to, soften that nonsense that happened, I went to the Jets and Giants draft at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey. So I live in New York, but MetLife is located in New Jersey. So I went to that draft and I had so much fun. I'm not using StreamYard, so I can't, switch screens. So I'm just going to show you photos on my phone. Okay. And just do a little quick. This was me yesterday. Let me see. A mess, a hot mess. So other than that, work was pretty like smooth for me. I've just have been having to like do a lot of like paperwork, closing down cases. So I have like thousands of accounts to like shut down by next week. So we did like a good chunk of them this week. And now I have like the rest of them to do for next week. So that's going to be my next week. Super fun, but super easy. Like no complaints at all for me. So that is all I'm going to share in regards to like my week because nothing else really like special happened this week. So now on to the title, the topics. I don't know if Jerry Springer airs in other countries. So I don't know if it airs in like Canada, in the UK, or any other like European, South American, African, Asian continents. But in the Americas, Jerry Springer was an icon, and he passed away yesterday at the age of 79, I believe, at due to cancer, is what they're saying. So R.I.P. Jerry Springer. My story with Jerry is that my grandma, who passed away in 2021, God rest her soul as well, she loved Jerry, like loved Jerry, loved Jerry so much. So when she would come and visit, like my mom, right? Like, so when my grandma lives in Haiti, but when she comes to the States and she, picks whichever child she wants to stay with, usually like 9 times out of 10, it's my mom. And, she'll like go visit her other children, throughout the X amount of months that she's staying in the States, right? So for me, because my mom would go to work earlier, it would be my responsibility, like help set things up for my grandma, like food wise, put her TV shows on the channels that she wants. And she always like, Lori, probably mette Jerry pour moi, which translated to English is just like, Lori, don't forget to put Jerry for me. And I'm like, yeah, you don't need to have the TV on at like 7 in the morning, when Jerry comes on at, I don't know what, like 2 in the afternoon. But I'm like, grandma, like, go mommy, pese bouton ça. I can't even find like, I'm like, grandma. So I called my grandma Gummy, right? Which is like grandmommy in Creole. So I'm like, Gummy, like, pese bouton ça, which is translated to like press this button. My Gummy, just pese bouton ça. We deja kite bagan lan sou chen lan pou, which also translated is like, I already put the show on the channel for you. So all you have to do is press the button to turn it on, and it's already on channel 7, right? Or channel 11, whatever channel it was on at the time. So Jerry was a bonding sort of show for myself and my grandma. And Jerry, for a lot of people, Gen Zers, millennials, and generations before, like my grandma isn't, I don't even think my grandma's considered a baby boomer. I think baby boomers were born in what, like the 50s. My grandma was born in 1932, so she's like, you know, like pre-war baby. So yeah, rest in peace to Jerry. Rest in peace to my grandma. Also, her birthday was April 22nd, so just 6 days ago, my grandma would have been 91. Which, yeah. Um, So rest in peace to the legend again. And hopefully, they have reruns of his shows, and maybe like once in a blue moon, you might be able to catch it or just reminisce on stories of the ratchetry that was on this man's show, because his show was ratchet, ratchet. Oh my gosh, the ghetto. Jerry, 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 Jerry. And if you don't know of Jerry Springer, then if you know of Steve Wilkos, Steve used to be one of his like, bodyguards, like bouncer men that's like pulling the women apart, pulling the men apart, like, yeah. So Ratchet, so good. Like, just TV show that you don't have to think, because life is so stressful. You don't have to think about, because you just need a getaway from reality, from life. So yes, let me, pour one for the homie. Let's pour one for the homie. Now I gotta wipe this because it's sugar, and I don't want the sugar on my floor. But we're gonna let that marinade. That's for Jerry to sip along with my granny. You know what I mean. So that is the first topic I wanted to chat about. The second topic I wanted to chat about was, it's been well over a month now. Well over a month since I filmed that video. And it was the video of me creating the TikTok with you all, a TikTok reel, where I just showed you all, okay, I'm chopping up a plant, and this is the process that I go through to film, clean up, add captions, and upload a video. So the plant that I actually chopped up was, let me get the big one. Okay, so this was the parent plant that I chopped up with you all. Okay, so as you can see, this beauty is gorgeous, gorgeous, darling, gorgeous. So this beauty right here has actually put out multiple new growth points. Okay, so if I get a little up close and personal, you can see right here, this is a new growth point. There's another one, like, there's another one right here, but I don't think this one might push out. I might have to water the plant a little bit more for that to actually push out. There's another one right here. This little nut, right? This little nub. That's another new growth point. But this new growth point actually pushed out what it wanted to, and it's like a large leaf. And another point on the same, like, vine is successful. So I accidentally, like, broke this piece a while ago. So it's gone ahead and still pushed out a new offshoot. And this one has its second leaf. And of course, my cat was just like, oh, what's this? Let me get a taste. And she was just like, oh, never mind. So this other vine here, stalk, is doing the same thing. It is pushing out a new growth point here. This leaf is about to unfurl, and multiple points on this stem. You see, like, little nuts. This is a little harder. And this was the top cutting portion that I just decided to, like, keep in this pot. So I can see in here, can you all see, like, right here? It's about to start pushing out a leaf finally. So we're really happy about that. So this is the parent plant, right? This is how the parent plant is looking. And let me show you the cuttings that I decided to root in water. So as you can see, these roots are major. Do you not see just how buff the roots are? I have a white wisteria. I love the smell of this plant so much. White wisteria. Gosh. I want this tree in my front yard when I buy my house. I'm gonna have, I don't know how to pronounce them. They're spelled Hyancith, hyacinth, hyacinth, right? But I want white wisteria, and I don't mind the color of the hyacinth. I don't know. That's how we got the name Salty Pecan, because I don't know how to pronounce. So yes, we have this baby right here. Let me put it Over here, I have it in a little ramekin. And not only are these roots like so buff, so juicy, so delicious, every single leaf has new growth. Whether it's like a full blown leaf like this one, or they're like pushing out new growth points, or they still have, you know, some ways to go. But if you look like new growth, new growth, new growth, new growth, new growth. For example, this one, I think this particular one, I cut it too close, right, to the node. So it's pushing out instead of a new growth at the top. You can see this little light. So you see this brown, which is the bottom, and then right there, that's a new growth point right there. So this plant making me super super uber duper proud. Like I'm so proud of this plant. I'm so proud of these cuttings. I have to like, I'm not even gonna like pull them out because hyacinth. They smell so good. So Deborah says, hi Ascent. You were correct. We have tons here in Oregon. So they smell so good. She said, smells so sexy. Smells so good. Like I want to have those like potted on the ground, and then I want the white wisteria tree. Like I'll have to spend like big bucks for something that's like big and mature. But I'm a plant parent, so we spend big bucks already. It's not like we're noobs and we're like, oh my gosh, like who spends more than $5 on a plant? My love, my love. Little do you know the amount of money that people in the plant community spend. Plants are not cheap, okay? I'm just gonna wipe the floor. Plants are not cheap, and good quality plants are also not cheap as well. You know, you can obviously get like a rehab and spend pennies, dimes on them, or you could get something that healthy, has great like system in them, has like it's a happy plant, and you're willing to spend the money on that. Deborah says Daphne smells delish too. I didn't know white hyacinth smells. No. Oh, yeah. So this is, maybe it's not. So this is with, so I don't know 100% if this is the ID, but according to Google, this was the ID that it gave me. But I just need to probably ask on the plant ID groups that I'm on if they could. Lilac. You think that's lilac? Oh my gosh, smells so good. Let me Google lilac. Let's see. Lilac. Let me see. White. Are there white lilacs? Um, Images. Let me check. Images. Let's see. Um, no, I don't think it's a lilac. Is it? Yeah, you're right. It is a lilac. Don't mind my video. Yeah, I think okay, let me check what the wisteria looks like. Wisteria. wisteria. Tree. White. Let's see. Yeah, you're right. It's not the flowers definitely the way it so it droops down. So this plant, it droops down like a wisteria, but the flowers definitely so like the trees that I see them, they kind of look like this, right? That I picked that off of. Looks like this. But the flowers are definitely lilac. Oh, you see? The more you know, blue, 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 blue. Rainbow, the more you know, blue, blue, blue. Thank you so much, Deborah, for the plant ID. So, adding that onto the list of now I have the correct ID for it. Let me write it down. Let me grab a little sticky pad. So, hyacinth. Let me just make sure I'm pronouncing hyacinth. 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 So, hyacinth and lilac. You know, Jasmine, my sister, when she lived in Argentina, she had a jasmine like bush on her balcony. Ooh, baby. When I tell you the outdoor gardening we're doing this summer, I'm excited. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I cannot wait. Deborah says, yes, purple more common, but that lilac smells. Yes. Every time I walk past a house and they have that, I'm like, and I try to like put a couple in my pocket, you know, for safekeeping. Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Highlight CJ, I'm not even gonna say your thing anymore, your handle. CJ says they smell great. I cut them and bring them in the house and place them on the table, and the whole house smells great. Yes. Oh my gosh. 100%. 100%. CJ says not cheap. I spent like a G, yep, to make a wall of them in my yard. Really? What state do you live in, by the way? Because you're gonna have that. Because I live in the Northeast in New York, so they survive outdoors in New York, like throughout the snow. During the spring, they do what they gotta do. I'm getting a lilac tree, whether it's small, and I'm gonna worry about transferring it when I need to, but I'm getting one maybe this summer. Maybe I'm gonna get back onto my crazy plant lady phase. I already used it, but get back on my crazy plant lady phase. MPLS put me on. What mini app is that? No. What's MPLS? I don't know Purple City. I'm sorry. I'm really bad at that. Deb says they're cheap here. They're in like every yard, haven't bloomed yet. Oh, okay. Oh, they're going crazy here in New York, like blooming like crazy. So, like I said, I'm going to try to keep this live short. It's 9:40 right now. We got like less than 20 minutes for me to just finish chatting about this. And the next topic is in regards to outdoor plants surviving in this weather. Like this year, I don't know if it's like that for you, but here in New York, it's brick. It's brick. freezing. And I don't understand why it's so cold. I remember a week and a half, 2 weeks, when I originally transferred my plants out, I was looking at the weather and it was saying like, we would get like 60s, 70s, and then like lows would be like 50s, maybe like pushing it like a 47, right? Like that's the coldest. But no, the highs are 50. The highs are 47. And I'm a little bit nervous about these euphorbias and cacti that I have outdoors right now. But I'm afraid, but I'm not going to put myself through like the hassle, the headache of bringing them back indoors just for it to decide to like rewarm up, because I have to like depest the whole plants, and there's quite a few of them already. I'm a little lazy to do that, but I don't know if my laziness is going to like bite me in the butt and my plants will decline health for that. It started raining today around 8, 9 p.m. in New York. So they're getting that good, like fresh, polluted water, which is going to help them just bloom. But I know it's like really cold. So let me show you the weather right now. So the high today was 55 and it's currently 49 degrees right now. And it's a low of 47. So I feel like safe. I feel okay with 49, 47, but I don't feel okay with, for example, Wednesday is showing that it's going to be a low of 43, makes me sad. And now it's like raining all weekend, which is even like sadder. I love the rain, but I like the rain indoors. I love being inside and I just hear and I'm under like my blanket, if you know your girl, I love a good robe. So like I'm like in my fluffy robe and I'm just like having the time of my life. Ooh, like during a stormy day, stormy night. But I don't want it, it's the weekend. But I'm happy at least it's raining during the weekend versus raining during the week. So I'm not like putting on my rain boots, grabbing like a big clunky umbrella, and then like getting on the packed AF like NYC train, and then having to like, people are so rude, having to like jimmy yourself because they got their wet umbrella, like leaking on you or like touching your clothing. People have no sense of people in New York. Like people just they'll come on the train, right? And like pretend this is you, right? They'll come on the train with their bag and you're like, yo, what the fuck? Like you don't see me right here? And people are like, oh, puff and puff. Like, yo, chill out. It's not that serious. Like, but just watch yourself. like move. So annoying. So annoying. So I'm going to tomorrow. I'm gonna step out and I'm gonna look and feel my plants to see, how it is. I'm gonna check like the stem, the base of it, and see how they're doing. Hopefully, they're not all that like bad, but I don't know. It's a making me so sad. I'm so annoying. I want to share with you all though right here. Let me be careful with this plant. I'm still waiting for this plant to bloom for the flowers to like pop open. they haven't opened up yet. So I'm waiting. And I noticed that it's giving me another peduncle. So remember when I originally showed these, I said it looked like the microphone. So I'm getting another microphone here. That's the microphone. So it's, it didn't give anything at here, but the node after is giving me another microphone so we could sing. The weirdo that I am, would you believe, I'm really excited and looking forward to tasting the sap. I'm looking so forward because people, they just say like Hoyas when they flower, they have this little, I'm just like, I'm really looking forward to seeing how sweet they are. I'm also looking forward to seeing how it smells because right now it's closed, so it doesn't have a scent, but I'm looking forward to seeing how it smells. Oh, let me check also on my compactor. Let me see how my compactor is doing. So if you recall, it was my compactor. Oh my gosh! I didn't even realize. Look how cute this is. Look at. Ow! I haven't looked at this in like a couple of days. I'm so excited. Ah! I'm so excited. Sorry. Look at this. And I'm literally not being dramatic because if you are not new to my channel, and if you are new, but you might have seen like my Hoya videos, the compactor, my favorite Hoya of all time. Like, I don't care the compactor. I don't care how rare, how fancy the compactor. There's nothing that looks like a compactor. Okay? Nothing looks like a compactor. Not like we can have all the veining that no, nothing looks like this. This plant is so beautiful. So my compactor. All right, let's see how many of these are there. So there's 2, 4. I hate counting like this. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15. Am I counting it right? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15. And I think maybe one more, or is that a new growth point? I don't know. The inside, it's, gosh, I can't show you all because it's like so inside. But there's 15 like flowers that's potentially going to open for me. So I'm excited. And let me put this back. Let me hang it back up. And I'm also going to water it tomorrow. It's feeling a little light, which is all good. But sad news about the Calistophylla, because I did repot this while the peduncles were like pushing out. So all of the peduncles kind of like aborted trying to pop out. I think just one of them still looks like it's active, but the other ones kind of just decided to like not push out. So I'm all right with that because this plant, in my opinion, is like fiending to bloom for me. So the only thing I really cared about excuse me, was giving it a larger container, a larger pot, because the pot that it was in, it was just like so small, and it it was drying out way too fast. So I just felt like the plant, especially this plant, likes to, in my opinion, like, likes a little bit moisture. And also because it is pushing out new growth, it is pushing out peduncles that I have to like keep up with the watering, right? So keep it nice and moist. So this one has aborted all of the potential floral points, but they didn't fall out, they just dried up. So that's the thing about peduncles, even though it dried up, it still has potential to like, grow and then push out. That's how peduncles grow. The flowers fall and then new ones just keep coming out, keep coming out, keep coming out, keep coming out. So this one, and the last Hoya in my collection that was also pushing out pedunkies is my second favorite sort of Hoya in my collection. And we all know, similar to the family of compactas, but zero like related, it's like doppelganger, right? Is the Swiffer's tail. And the Swiffer's tail was the first Hoya that I noticed had peduncles on it. And since then, like, hasn't really like done all that much with the peduncle, but it did push out a second peduncle for me. Like, hold on. What am I looking at? Okay, right here. So you see this little microphone? So it has one microphone here, and then the original microphone right here. So we're not tripping. We're keeping this plant moist, and we're just gonna wait and see. Like, I really did want to like pot this plant and give it like a larger container, but I'm not going to like disrupt it like I did the Calistophylla, because again, the Calistophylla was just like pushing them out, pushing them out. And this one, this plant, I'm very sensitive about this plant. This is the most expensive plant I have dropped my own money on. I paid a whopping $150 for like a one node cutting with 2 leaves. Okay. And in the last like year and a half since I've had it, it's, done its thing. I do eventually want to chop this plant up to give myself a larger pot. So I might maybe, maybe next year, maybe not this year, but like maybe next year, I will probably cut this plant up and give myself like a larger, fuller pot instead of just having like these, instead of just having like one. Right. CJ asked, I just replanted mine. How did you get it so big? So honestly, I purchased mine in that same growing pot from, I think, either Lowe's or Home Depot in 2019 or 2018. And I just let it hang and it grows on its own. I don't give it any specific like special treatment or care. None of my Hoyas I give like special care to. All of my Hoyas I just let you give them that nice east facing window, which is the window that all of my plants, this is, all of my windows are east facing, right? So I just give it the east facing window. And over time, I just learned like, okay, certain plants don't mind drying out, certain plants do mind drying out. And yeah, I didn't really do much. It's an old plant, so I've had it for years. So you just have to give it time. And also keep in mind, compactas, like the name of it, are compacted, right? So they're growing, but they look smaller because the leaves are like all curled up versus like the carnosa, right? I'm gonna put the Swiffer's tail back. 1 second. Girls in white dresses and pink wedding sessions. All right. Versus like a carnosa. You see how like the carnosa, it looks so large because they're just like hanging down. Versus like the compact, it's like curled and it's like tight and within, it's tight within itself. So I guess just giving it time, and just keep on loving it, fertilize it. For me, like with my Hoyas, I use both like water, like soil fertilizer whenever I like remember to fertilize all of my plants. I just use the same water for the Hoyas because I dilute my fertilizer quite a bit. I don't use like my fertilizers like at full strength. So for example, if they say 1 tablespoon per gallon, right? I'll probably use like a 4th tablespoon per gallon, So I really dilute my fertilizers when I water my plants. And like I said, I like to use foliar fertilizer too. And this is the one that I use. I use the Miracle Grow Orchid Mist, and I just spray the leaves, right? I spray my Ripsalis, right? I spray the heart leaves, the string of hearts, they're like foliar. I spray the zigzag shark tooth cactus. Look how large this plant is. I cut it up like last month. I sent some to like my salty pecan. I just sent her some cuttings of it, but look how huge this plant is. Like next summer. So nice. I love it. And look at this new growth that's like pushing out. This plant is dry right now, so I have to water it. But I love this plant so much. I actually bought this in Florida and I brought it back home in my bag. It was my carry-on. But that is all for tonight's live, my salty pecans. I really love and appreciate every single last one of you. If you're still here and you haven't done so already, please make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you're enjoying it. If you enjoyed your Friday night with me tonight, you enjoyed your Friday night with me. Okay, thumbs up. And I will see you on the next one. If you aren't already, please do make sure to follow me on my other social media networks platforms at HauzPlant, HauzPlant. That's on TikTok, Instagram, here on YouTube. If you're on Twitter, I'm on Twitter. If you're on Facebook, HauzPlant, I'm there. I try to keep my name the same, like all across the board. And have a great rest of your night or evening, depending on what time it is, or morning. Yeah, so tomorrow, my best friend, when she's doing brunch, she's doing like, she's Egyptian. So she's doing like an Egyptian like style brunch. So I'm really excited to eat her little cooking. She'll be doing her thing. So cute. And yeah, subscribe if you aren't. But if you, just want to keep being peeping toms, like it's cool. Like, thank you for your support. I'm one of those like weird peeping toms too. Like when it comes to my videos, like I'll really enjoy someone and I'll like really enjoy someone, but I still haven't fully committed to their channel yet. So I watch every single upload, but I haven't clicked subscribe until I'm like subscribed. And then there are people like literally, there's this lady that I discovered her channel today. I'm not gonna like share her name yet. Just like based off of one video, I was 7 minutes in to a 2-hour live stream that she was doing. 7 minutes in, I clicked subscribe. My first time seeing her channel, first time seeing her page, not plant related. Subscribe right away. So it depends, it depends. Like some people, it takes time for me to be like, well, maybe I want your stuff on my feed like consistently. And then there are other people where I'm just like, Oh, or Peeping Tammy, you're right. Let's be fair here, Pam, you're a lady. Peeping Tammy or Peeping Tom. With that being said, I love you all. Thank you for being the best family that I can have, the best salty pecans, the best subbies, the best supporters. And I will see you next Friday. I'm not too sure what I'm going to talk about next Friday, but your girl can talk. And yeah, are here to just have a conversation with me. I love that it's not just me. Pamela, you said goodbye already. It's not just me like talking to myself. Like I'm watching the chat and yours, like you're also responsive and I really appreciate it. I love you all. Let's get going.